Hello, today we are doing quiz for CompTIA CySA Plus. First question, which of the following options is not a valid way to check the status of a service Windows? Is not. Use services, query service status using PowerShell, using SC at the command line, use service. Okay, service is a command for Linux, not for Windows. What term describes a system sending heartbeat traffic to a botnet command and control server? Beaconing is infected host calling home to C2 at regular intervals. Cameron wants to check if a file matches a known good original. What technique can he use to do so? Either A or okay. So hash is standard integrity check. So yes, it is A. Susan wants to use an email security protocol to determine the authenticity of an email. Which of the following options will ensure that her organization's email server can determine if it should accept email from a sender? Okay, DMARC. So SPF checks sender. DKIM checks signature. And DMARC enforces policy, accept, reject, quarantine. Juan wants to see a list of processes along with their CPU utilization in an interactive format. What built-in Linux tool should he use? Top. DF is disk usage. Tail is the last lines. Top is interactive process viewer. Okay. Which of the following technologies is best suited to prevent wired rogue devices from connecting to a network? NAC, network access control, and this checks device identity, compliance before allowing network access. One of the business managers in JITA organization reports that she received an email with a link that appeared to be a link to the organization's HR website, and that the website it went to when she clicked on it was very similar to the organization's website. Fortunately, the manager noticed that the URL was different than usual. What technique best describes a link that is disguised to appear legitimate? Phishing link? Yes. This matches the scenario because it's a fake link. Which of the following is a key differentiator between a SIEM and a SOAR? A SOAR provides automated response capabilities. What type of network information should you capture to be able to provide a report about how much traffic systems in your network are sent to remote systems? What type of network information should you capture? Flow data. Flow data shows who talks to who. What about Resmond data? What's Resmond data? Resmond data comes from the Windows Res. Okay, Resource Monitor. That's why it's called Resmond. A built-in tool you can launch by typing Resmond in the Run dialog or Start menu. What is it? Resource Monitor shows real-time data about how your computer's resources are being used. Resource Monitor. CPU, which processes are running, their utilization, threads handles, and whether they are responding. Memory, how much is in use, cached, or available per process memory usage. Disk, which files each process is reading, writing, total disk input, output, queue, length, network per process, network activity, TCP connections, listening ports, latency. Which of the following Linux commands will show you how much disk space is in use? DF. It means disk free. Okay. Avik has been asked to identify unexpected traffic on her organization's network. Which of the following is not a technique she should use? Beaconing, a symptom of malware, not a detection technique. We had this question similar here. What term describes a system sending heartbeat traffic to a botnet C2 server? A botnet C2 server. Okay. 12. How can Jim most effectively locate a wireless rogue access point that is causing complaints from employees in his building? Signal strength and triangulation. So NAC blocks traffic, blocks access, and map scans ports co- connecting to the rogue AP. I want to ask Chad, is this correct? And what is triangulation? Why not A? Connecting directly to the rogue AP could expose the investigator's device to malware, sniffing, or attacks. It wouldn't necessarily help locate the physical device. You would only know you are connected, not where it is. Signal strength and triangulation using a Wi Fi analyzer tool, software or hardware. Jim can measure the signal strength or SSI of the rogue AP by moving around the building and tracking measurements at multiple locations. He can triangulate the AP's position. This method is safe, effective, and widely used in network security investigations. So triangulation means finding a location by measuring from three or more known points. In Wi Fi, this is done by recording the signal strength, how strong, weak the AP is, access point is, at different spots when the access point's signal gets stronger as you move closer and weaker as you move away. Overlapping measurements allow you to estimate the AP's physical location, just like how GPS works with satellites, hot and cold tracking. You walk around with a Wi Fi scanner, and the closer you get, the stronger the signal. With enough points, you can map where the rogue AP is hidden. Okay. Laura wants to review headers in an email that one of her staff is suspicious of. What should she not have that person do if she wants to preserve the headers? Review headers in an email that one of her staff is suspicious of. She should she shouldn't have them forward to email to her. Forwarding changes headers, downloading or printing preserves preserves original headers. Okay. What can the MAC address of a rogue device tell you? Um, yeah, the manufacturer of the device. Chris is reviewing a file that is part of an exploit package. He notes that there is a file that has content with curly brackets, probably JSON, right? Around statements. What file type from the following list is he most likely reviewing? Yeah, JSON has curly brackets and XML has tags. Okay. Angela wants to review the syslog on a Linux system. What directory should she check to find it on most Linux distributions? Syslog var log. syslog files are stored in Verilog on Linux. Which of the following tools does not provide real-time drive capacity monitoring for Windows? Real-time, Resmon. Oh, okay, it does. So no, Microsoft Configuration Manager, because this is more like an inventory. Configuration management. Okay, next question. What Windows tool provides detailed information, including information about USB hosts, controllers, memory usage, and disk transfer resources, right? Resources monitoring. As part of her job, Danielle sets an alarm to notify her team via email if her Windows server uses 80% of its memory and to send a text message if it reaches 90% utilization. What is this setting called? Monitoring threshold. Okay, Sophia suspects that a system in her data center may be sending beaconing traffic to a remote system. Which of the following is not a useful tool to help verify her suspicions? Is not data center, maybe protocol analyzer, SNP. Okay, is a correct answer. Let's check. Simple Network Management Protocol is mainly used for device management and monitoring CPU usage, interface status, device health. It doesn't provide deep visibility into traffic patterns or payloads, so it's not useful for detecting beaconing traffic. IDS IPS, Intrusion Detection Prevention System, can detect suspicious or repeated outbound connections, flows. NetFlow IPFIX shows metadata about connections, source destination, frequency, great for spotting beacon patterns. Protocol Analyzer, like Wireshark, lets you capture and inspect traffic at packet level to confirm beaconing behavior. Capture and inspect traffic. Okay, right. Wireshark is protocol analyzer. Okay. Okay, we answered 20 questions and test. Two incorrect. So that wasn't phishing link. Obfuscated links take advantage of tricks, including using alternate encodings, typos, and long uniform resource locators that contain legitimate links wrapped in longer malicious links. Symbolic links are a pointer used by Linux operating systems to point to an actual file using a file name and link. Phishing links and decoy links are not common terms. Phishing link, phishing email, right? Is more okay. That was wrong. And this one, what provides detailed information, including information about USB perform, maybe? Oh, yeah, perform. Yes, it's green. Perform or performance monitor provides the ability to gather detailed usage statistics for many items in Windows. Resmon or Resource Monitor monitors CPU memory. Disk usage does not provide information about things like USB or detailed instrumentation. StatMon and WinMon are not Windows built-in tools. Okay, thank you. See you soon.